Hey everybody, I just wanted to give you a quick update on our end of the year retreat that we just took to Williams, Arizona at Pioneer Horizons Camp. So this is becoming like a regular thing, twice a year, once in fall break in October, and once at the beginning of the summer, end of the academic year. We're hoping to take a group of students to this camp called Pioneer Horizons so they can experience a few-day getaway with a Western theme and hit a lot of the really popular places in Arizona. One of the places we like to go first is Sedona, more specifically Slide Rock State Park in Arizona, just outside of Sedona. It's a gorgeous outdoor state park that students can really just kind of let go and settle into the feel of the trip for the next few days. It gives students a great opportunity to get to know one another a little bit better in a really fun, relaxed environment, and it helps them really just see some beautiful areas that Arizona has that doesn't look like Phoenix, which is where most of them have been stuck for the last 8 months during the school year. After Slide Rock, we spent some time enjoying a scenic view just up the road from the state park. It gives you really a chance to kind of give some perspective on just how diverse of a state that we live in. So eventually we pull into Williams. Later that first day we set up camp, and this year we had the privilege of being joined by the camp owner and the host, Marshall. Marshall has a huge heart for international students. He's been involved with the ministry to international students for over 34 years with his wife. Through an amazing set of circumstances and testimony that he shared with us, came to own Pioneer Horizons, the camp, built it up, made it a place to host students from literally all over the world while they hit some of Arizona's most popular places. So our first night at Pioneer Horizons consists of a campfire, grilling hot dogs, all the fun traditional camp things that you do in the U.S., and just some time to get to know one another. It was freezing, but nobody really complained. It was a great time. Then Friday we went to the Grand Canyon, spent some time on the rim. Most of these students, it was their first time at the Grand Canyon, which is always a pleasure to see. We took about a 1.5 mile hike down into the canyon and came back out just to get a feel for what that looks like and to really try to get some perspective on just how incredible the Grand Canyon is. Ultimately, it's always a highlight. A lot of the students, like I said, this is the place you have to go in Arizona, and we gave them the opportunity to do that. After the Grand Canyon, we head back to Williams and spend some time in town. At Marshall's store, Cars of the Mother Road. If you ever have the chance to be in Williams and you want to support a man who does so much for international student ministry and spreading the gospel, you can go there and you know you're supporting a great cause. After that, we come back, spend another night at camp. This year it was very popular for a few of us to stay up late and take some star photos, and we just happened, without any planning at all, to witness the Northern Lights in Arizona, which was just the coolest thing. For a while, had no idea what was going on, thought it was light pollution, which didn't make any sense. We got an amazing view of the Northern Lights, so that was a very spectacular way to end Friday. Saturday, we polished the trip off with a trip through Bearizona, a drive-through and walking zoo that allows you to see bears. You also get to see wolves, goats, sheep, mountain goats, animals that are native to Arizona and some that aren't. And then after you finish your driving, you spend some time walking in a zoo. And then finally, we made it up to the Canyon Coaster, relatively new attraction in Williams where students can head up the side of a mountain on a roller coaster car. It gives you a beautiful scenic view of the whole area. It's a great time. Students really seem to enjoy it. You might be wondering, like, that sounds great. That sounds like an amazing opportunity. What's the purpose? Why do that? I see this trip really hitting a few things that are really, really important. One, it quickly builds relationships, very trusting relationships that are genuine with a small group of people. I met a handful of new guys from Iran that were introduced to me by my friend Mahdi, and I went from not knowing these guys to, we're great friends, and I've already received a request from them to invite 8 of their other Iranian friends on the same trip. So that is in the works. If you could pray for that, it would be lovely to make that actually happen. It's also a great time to share testimony. Marshall actually, unplanned, did that on Friday night, shared a very powerful personal testimony in his life, and ultimately in that shared the healing power of the gospel and his heart for Jesus. It also just affords us the chance to do some significant things with a group of students. They'll never forget the first time they saw the Grand Canyon, and they'll also never forget that was with a small group of people who were reaching out to them and praying over them and doing it in the name of Christ. Thank you for supporting this ministry. Thank you for giving us chances to do these kinds of things. If you know of people who enjoy doing this kind of thing, there are opportunities to do that with me, and I would love to be in touch with you and get to know what that looks like. So never hesitate to reach out if you have ideas. Guys, I'm always open to that kind of stuff and would love to hear more from people who know a lot more than I do. So thanks again, and we'll see you at the end of the month.